Microaggressions Explained.
Hi, I'm Farah. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Sharla, and together we are the edtivists. So today we're going to be talking about microaggressions. I keep hearing this term. What is it?
Microaggressions are brief and regular slights, snubs, and negative communications that underhandedly discriminate marginalized people in society.
They can be intentional or unintentional, which means
they are verbal, nonverbal, and environmental. Let's break that down. What do we mean by verbal? So verbal is direct or indirect comments said out loud. So they can be words at or between individuals and tone. So for example, I can say the word what like 4 times, probably more, but let's just do 4 for effect today. Okay. 4 different ways, and they could mean 4 different things. So for example, what? What? Say what? What? Yeah.
Other verbal microaggressions include,
wow, it's so hard to tell that you're gay. Your voice is so masculine.
Impressive. Can't believe that parent showed up. She never picks up her phone.
What are you doing with mom and dad this weekend?
So the nonverbal is our use of body language, or any other pretty physical actions like that. It includes things like rolling your eyes, how you move your body, pulling out your phone when talking to certain people, anything to do with the body that's nonverbal. And environmental is essentially envision your classroom. What does the classroom environment say, and how does it include or exclude particular students or individuals or colleagues based off of their social identity? So think about the walls, who's represented, what's being taught, what resources are accessible, how is learning accessible. All those things are environmental.
Now that we know what verbal, nonverbal, and environmental microaggressions are, let's think of them in another way.
imagine you're in a crowded social gathering. Every couple of minutes, someone bumps into you. Sometimes you know who the person is, and sometimes you don't. Either way, it's making you uncomfortable. You're trying your best to find some personal space to protect yourself from any more unwanted contact. Unfortunately, leaving is not an option. You look to the right and bam! Someone's frantic waving knocks your drink right out of your hand. You let out a huge ah! You've had enough. You know it was an accident, but you've already been whipped in the face by someone's hair. Your toe's been stepped on and someone's bumped into you while rushing to the bathroom. That enthusiastic person who knocked your drink most likely didn't mean it. The point is, all night and throughout your life, there's been a pattern of repeated, unwanted contact, and you are significantly affected. You've thought about addressing it, especially that hair whip, but you're in a professional setting. People might think you're being hypersensitive, so you let it go. What's unfortunate is that you'd likely have to prove intent behind each person who's made unwanted contact with you before you're taken seriously and before anyone is willing to acknowledge the disproportionate number of people making you feel uncomfortable. It's painful, and it's bigger than just one moment. These are ongoing and brief encounters of feeling less than because of one or more of your social identities. And the cumulative effect of all of these micro moments overrides whether someone meant to make contact with your face or not. Whether it's claimed as a mistake, misunderstanding, or flat out denial, it's not about them. It's about how they've made you feel, individually and cumulatively over a lifetime. Microaggressions are like receiving unwanted contact in a crowded setting. They can be intentional or unintentional and can be hard to address sometimes. Different people experience different amounts of microaggressions depending on their social identities. As long as discrimination exists, individuals will continue to experience microaggressions, such as,
Can't your mom just pick you up after school? Classism.
What are you?
Racism.
Chemistry? Wouldn't you prefer parenting class?
Sexism.
You must like the arts over sports.
Homophobia. Transphobia.
They Google answers when they're on their assistive tech.
Ableism.
I can't believe you get to skip class to pray.
Other forms of discrimination.
and many more microaggressions.
So if you look at the word, there's 2 parts, micro and aggression. Let's break that down. So the micro stands for the fact that they are small, they are sporadic, and they can be covert. The aggressive piece is that it's cumulative over a person's lifetime. So let's rewind and remember that we also, sitting in front of this camera, are on a journey of learning. So we
commit microaggressions.
What? Even us as educators with the best intentions for our students?
Oh, Farah. Unfortunately, even though sometimes we don't want to admit it, yes, we all commit microaggressions.
So if you're interested in learning more about microaggressions, particularly in education, then follow our learning journey on Twitter at edtivists.
Making the invisible visible.
See you soon.
See you soon. Peace.
Bye.